1966. Come May 26, 2020, Guyana will celebrate 54 years as an independent nation.
Hello friends, trust all is well and you're ready for an amazing episode of Homestretch Magazine. I am Lorene Ward, welcome. This week we will highlight Joyous Z, Caribbean's unity in COVID-19, personality of the week and independence pictorial display. In celebration or crisis, countries in the Caribbean come together and support each other. This unity is displayed during festivals, concerts, or music, as is reflected in this song.
We got this. Yeah. I can make it. We don't have no other choice but to be strong.
We're gonna make it.
What do you mean? What you got?
I am a voice of hope, and I just wanna let you know that I believe in our strength as a people and the promise of a bright tomorrow.
And I want you to believe and trust.
I know God is watching over us, and I believe if we all come together now, everything will be alright. If we only press on.
Strengthen the bond and the ties among this generation.
Unite and be one, the fight will be won.
Come on, Caribbean.
As the world grapples with the pandemic COVID-19, some people are becoming very creative, and Barbadian calypsonian Ian Webster is one such person. His team blended 25 harmonious voices from 14 Caribbean countries to assure the world that we got this.
The song came together good. It was like a line. It was like a line and a chorus everybody did, and we put it together. It was the vocal works was done by mixed and mastered by Chris Almond. Chris Almond out of Barbados, super producer. A lot of big soca hit songs and stuff like that. It's just a beautiful thing, you know, and I was proud that my Guyanese girl Tamika was on there also.
Overseas-based Tamika Marshall and Adrian Dutchin represented phenomenally in the virtual music video. They both shared their new experience of recording the song via phone.
Hi, this is Tamika Marshall out of Guyana, one of the voices on the We Got This project. When they reached out to me, I was very excited. I think it's a great reason for Caribbean artists to come together for something so meaningful, for something that's impacting the world at large, of course, COVID-19. It's been a pleasure. I really love the song, and I think it's just a testimony to how far technology has gone. I recorded my voice on my phone, sent it in. Never have I done that before. Always feel like you need the studio. It turned out really good. I can't wait for the world to see it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's stay safe, and like the song says, we'll get through this together. We got this.
Man, I just found a nice spot in here, and I just recorded it and sent it, and that was it. One day when I went outside, the place was clear. It was a sunny day, and just recorded myself singing it, blah blah blah. Sent it to them, and everybody did the same thing, and they put the entire thing together.
As fear and frustration mounts while cases and fatalities climb rapidly, the team of singers, songwriters, and producers highlight the importance of remaining strong in order to get through this perplexed time. the lyrics say, we have to unite and fight as one. We got this. However, we all have to play our part by taking the necessary precautions, sanitizing, wearing a face mask, and only going out when it is absolutely necessary unless you are an essential worker.
Rough it tough, the dirty enough, still have to get up. Confirming that the giddy and we have to stand up. Cause virus a rush, we still can't touch, we still can't crush it. We have faith, hope, strength, protection of the Almighty. And we prayed up, yes, yes, we prayed up. And we stayed up, yes, yes, we stayed up. Head high full of confidence, we not give bucket, tell them we never gave up. Big up essential workers, rest in peace, we fallen soldiers. Corona can't conquer, we West Indies, one love and unity. Don't worry about the circumstances.
A powerful message through harmonious voices. Remember to practice social distancing and be safe at all times. While some worry about what to do during COVID-19, others are finding meaningful activities. Here is one little lady who spends her days exploring adventures through books.
I thought teaching kids to read might be a good idea because I love reading.
6-year-old Zamira Nicholson has started sharing her passion for reading.
Welcome back to Joy Z. That's me.
On her YouTube channel, Joyous Z, Zamira explores the world of Dr. Seuss, Holly Metten, Grace Byers, David Van Rogers, and National Geographic's for Kids, among others. What kind of books do you like to read?
I like to read Soleil and Hair Love, and sometimes I like to read I Love You as Big as the World. I love you as big as the world. I love you as deep as the sea. I love you as bright as the sun. I love you and I know you love me. I love you as blue as the sky. I love you as long as the days.
She's even started sharing tips on her health and fitness routine.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
This effervescent young lady now lives in the US with her mom, Larissa, who is responsible for recording and editing content for Joyous Z. Larissa also uploads them to the channel she created on YouTube.
1. The egg. 2. The caterpillar. 3. The chrysalis. You could try to say it, guys. Chrysalis. 4. The butterfly. This is the monarch butterfly. Sometimes I like to watch videos and drawing, coloring, and play games. Go outside and play with a dog. My favorite colors are pink, purple, and blue. And my favorite animals are dogs, sometimes cats, and zebras, and lions. Well, I have my eyes on gymnastics because I really like it, and I might want to be a filmmaker, a doctor, scientist, I don't know yet.
Little Z misses Guyana and her dad and friends and teachers from school here. If you want to read along with Zamira on her next session, you'll need this book.
1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish, Dr. Seuss, Dr. Seuss. Up, pup, pup is up. Cup, pup, pup in cup, pup, cup. Cup on pup, mouse, house, house, mouse on House, mouse. House on mouse. All tall. We all are tall. All small. We all are small. All ball. We all play ball. Ball roll up on a wall.
Keep up with this ever-growing intelligent mind on Joyous Z on YouTube.
Impressive. Keep it up, Zamira. Our personality of the week is a successful gardener with one of the most attractive displays imaginable. Meet Mrs. Loretta Hillman Sullivan, a self-taught landscaper who is living her dream of a successful gardener. At age 24, Loretta migrated to Barbados. After quitting several jobs, one of the things that brought her happiness was gardening.
I always liked garden and plants, be it flowers or fruits, vegetables, whatever. So at that time, I decided to do a garden and sell plants, because before that people would pass my yard and say, "You have beautiful plants, why don't you sell?" And I said no, I was never interested. But at that time I started to sell plants. Now I didn't want to do just any old garden thing, you go into anywhere like that. I had gone to London and I had seen beautiful garden centers, and that was what I wanted to do in Barbados. So I was one of the first black person that had that type of garden center, and it was very, very successful.
Years ago, this industrious personality relocated to Denhamstel, West Coast, Demerara, where she used her 12 years of gardening experience to transform her yard space to William T. Garden. Moving back home wasn't easy. No friends, children living elsewhere, and no knowledge of where to start. But with determination and a supportive husband, she made her dream a reality. With Loretta's knowledge about gardening and Michael's eagerness to learn, working together daily has strengthened their bond.
I'm very elated and proud of her. She's, as I said, she's very good at what she does. I don't doubt her capabilities in maintaining this garden and having it function as it is. She's very good. I'm glad I met her, and she has broadened my knowledge in plants. So I have an adoration of her plants.
When I met him, I guess the only thing he knew was grass. He didn't know anything else about plants. But we've taught him well, and he's a good student. So I am very happy that he can support me, even though sometimes I'm rough on him and he gets kind of, a little antsy, but it's good. It's good. Working together has also helped us to grow in the relationship.
Loving, caring, and romantic are few words to describe Mr. and Mrs. Sullivan. The enchanting picket fences, the love seats, and little metal tables and chairs attracts the curiosity of certain eyes to this unique beauty.
The thing is, when I started, it was the gate. I designed that gate and I wanted somebody to make it. And at that time, I had a gentleman working for me doing the fence. And he suggested someone. I went to the guy, and I must say, the same thing that I gave him, that's what he did. And from the time we put up the gate, that time we had an old bridge, so the bridge was like falling down. But when we put the gate up, I think that was the first thing that people were like, "Oh, you mean business?" So that gate, I think, is what gave me my first wedding. Because when the young lady came to ask me, she said, "I would love to take pictures under this arch."
The beautifully unusual flowers and plants also adds to the adornment of William T. Garden.
These are desert roses. The scientific name is adenum, but we have them in different colors. They've been imported from Thailand. That's the major producer of them. This one is a fern. I came along. I came back home and I met this one. I know it. We used to call it, I think, fishtail fern or something like that. but it's a part of the fern family. The famous Exora, I think it's all over Guyana. Any part of Guyana you go, you can find Exora in different colors. This is one of the hibiscus. I have quite a number of them in the garden, but this is one that I made myself by crossing two flowers, and this is the product that I have from that. This is the baby. This one here is another of my imports from Thailand. The name is Radimashira. Well, this is the crown of thorns. You can't go anywhere in Guyana without finding a crown of thorns. Scientific name, Euphorbia milli. And you have them in all colors also. This is the famous jar. It's over 100 years old. I think it's from the Dutch time, but this was in this yard. We used to keep water inside and it would keep the water quite cool. I did not understand how expensive it was until I migrated, and now I know that it is a treasure. This is the famous bougainvillea. The name is Flame, bougainvillea flame. This is the showstopper that has brought everybody into William T. Garden. It's on a tree. A guinea tree was here and the guinea tree died, and so I decided to plant it around the tree. The white you're seeing in it is a pot I have stuck into I cut the guinea tree to a certain height, and then I have another pot up there so that they can mingle together. Now this is the Mediterranean fig. If you know your Bible stories, you know that Adam and Eve, when they were chased out of the garden, they took fig leaves and covered themselves. And also Jesus cursed the fig tree at one time when it didn't have on any fruit. This is that same fig.
Larita Hillman Sullivan, a proud Guyanese whose magical touch continues to beautify Guyana. One visit is all it takes to leave with an everlasting memory of William T. Garden. Guyana will be celebrating her 54th independence differently this year. The National Archives has put together a pictorial display to observe this auspicious day.
The British colonial rule lasted for 163 years. On the evening of the 25th of May 1966, a grand cultural celebration took place at the National Park, which was once known as the Queen Elizabeth Park. Records show that Guyana became an independent nation on Thursday, 26th of May 1966. However, the independence celebration began 4 days before and continued until the 29th of May. This year's independence theme is celebrating Guyana's 54th independence anniversary through the lens of resilience, innovation, and sustainability.
Now, as you know, the theme is resilience through the 54 years. We're looking at how have we survived to this point. Innovation for the decade of development. We have lots of new things that have happened in Guyana in the past 6 to 10 years, oil being the most recent development, and these are all things we like to mark. And now, with the current challenge, it's how do we sustain this moving forward as a nation. Now, looking at the National Archives' role, our role is to provide historic facts. And for this independence, we normally do that in the form of an exhibition, which you will see, which is in printed banners, books, and pictures.
The National Archives, in collaboration with the Ministry of the Presidency, Department of Social Cohesion, Culture, Youth, and Sport, will be holding a 12-day period of celebration via television, radio, print media, and virtual programs.
Every year, as you know, we gather in solidarity as Guyanese to celebrate our independence with pomp and ceremony and fanfare to mark the occasion. However, this year, with the current COVID-19 crisis, we were forced to pivot and create a new format with programs. Now, the programs are no less meaningful for the public, and we intend to mark the occasion in all the regions.
At midnight on the 26th of May 1966, the Union Jack was lowered and the golden arrowhead was hoisted. Just before the flag raising ceremony, two of our nation's heroes, at that time Prime Minister Forbes Burnham and the opposition leader Cheddi Jagan, publicly embraced each other in celebration of our nation's long-awaited independence. The exhibition showcased various aspects of the independence movement and achievement. It also focuses on our national symbols such as the national bird, songs, flag, and much more.
The period our exhibition looks at, it starts at the 1940s, and we mark different events right up to 1966. It's important that we use the National Archives, provide these facts, and we share it with the public so that the public will be able to see the struggle and the work that went in. And it's also important to remember the persons who are involved in it. And that is why we normally put up the exhibition display.
The National Archives of Guyana is the main entity responsible for the preservation of Guyana's historical records, such as our growth and development over the past 54 years in various sectors, including education, culture, economic, health, and information technology.
Our ministry is on a rotation where most Wednesdays we're at our desk, continuing to keep the work going. And for the school students, we urge you to sign into programs like what NCN have. Also, the Department of Social Cohesion has a Facebook page and a website where they'll be putting up information so that we're trying to share with the school students.
Happy Independence to all Guyanese.
Let's celebrate independence together from the comfort of our homes as one people, one nation, one destiny. I am Lorraine Ward, reminding you to like our Homestretch Magazine Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Be safe, keep smiling, and stay positive.